the crowd go wild. And it's a World Cup. It's a World Cup victory. I can't do the intro. I can't talk.
You're going.
It's a World Cup victory for England in 2017. Rah! You might have to welcome people.
You can do it. You just...
welcome to another episode of the Long Hop Cricket Podcast. With me is Dave.
What the fuck is wrong
as
with
usual? I'm ill. You knew this before we started. And we're gonna start the podcast off as we have won the World Cup.
Yeah.
That's not bad, is it?
We're going to shoot the breeze this podcast. We don't have a topic. Owen's ill. Other things have got in the way. Owen got married.
I didn't.
Owen was on best man duty and he's now feeling worse for wear after it.
Yeah, but I'm all right. That's how committed I am.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm got a blocked nose. My ears aren't working too well.
How was the wedding?
Lost my vision a little bit. But I'm still here. My voice is gone.
Yeah.
But you won't hear a difference. You know? And I'm like a slice of fried gold. Jeez. And I'm ready to do it. How are you, mate? What have you been up to? What's going on? You having a party tonight? Didn't invite me.
You know. Life. How it always seems to just get in the way of things.
Don't avoid it. What's going on at your party tonight? Dave's having a party for anyone who wants to come. You're all invited apart from me.
Anyone who's interested in Game of Thrones, make your way down to
There's no one.
the Long Hop Cricket Podcast Studios. Right, you know when you listen back to the shows,
Yeah.
you say the sound. I don't know what the phonics of putt is, but if you say putt, like putt or Pietersen,
Pringle.
yeah, the microphone can't really take the sound.
Oh, really?
So maybe look to keep that one out because it sounds pretty ropey actually on the microphones.
Okay, right. I'm gonna hit you
This
up
is a
with
talky one just about us.
yeah. have you got any cricket news?
Nope.
You don't have any cricket news.
Well, I think it's all. This is kind of just a big news. Oh, my internet's died. This is just kind of a big news episode. Oh yeah, let's start off with that, which I think has been a brilliant tournament. And that's the Women's World Cup.
Yeah.
Brilliant tournament because England won, of course. But watch the second innings yesterday, the Indian innings.
The actual final was a really good game.
Yeah, no, I think that Indian innings was one of the best innings, most enjoyable innings I've ever watched in cricket. Was yesterday's Indian women's innings. From an England point of view, obviously, because India looked at themselves very easy, run a ball. I think it was up, 100 off 100. I think 2 or 3 wickets down, and then just to see England claw their way back into it, and it was really entertaining, that game.
It's good when you actually get a game in a final, isn't it?
Also, I think what is really important is with women's cricket that it is entertaining, because sport has a lot to do with sport where you're invested in individual players and who they are and what they are. There's a big thing with fighters at the moment. So you're invested in the fighter, aren't you, really? Same with Premier League footballers. But I think not being, you haven't got the opportunity to be invested if you don't know much about women's cricket.
Yes, I think that
but
is.
To be just to be entertained by the play has certainly been a very good tournament.
It being on the telly makes a difference, and because I've started watching the women's Euros because it's just on the telly.
That was on last night as well.
Yeah, get quite invested in that. England versus Spain, it was football, but great.
Yeah.
Women's sport is it's just on the up and up, isn't it? Getting bigger and bigger, which is pretty cool.
Do you want to know a top fact?
Yes.
Well, during I think it was the Second World War, of course, all the men went off and fought.
Yeah.
Well, most of the men anyway, in Britain. So there was no competitive sport.
Yeah.
So the women started playing sports, and they started getting crowds of like 30, 40,000 people going to go and watch a women's football game during the war.
Okay.
And then, obviously, when the war finished,
men came out, were like, no, we're not having this.
Guess what? Sexist, probably sexist elderly men in the 50s said was the reason why we can't have women play football.
I don't know.
One of the leading things, it was like a cover-up, was to say that women can't play sports because it's like football, because it's too violent, and it's too aggressive, and it's like undemeaning towards the woman's of what like her role should be within community.
Right, brilliant.
But what a load of horseshit that turns out to be, because we're now watching them play hockey, cricket, rugby, football.
Yeah, it's really.
And I've got to admit, that game yesterday, do you know what? It was similar. Not a lot of people will be able to relate to this, but it's similar to when we went and watched Worcester versus West Indies.
West Indies. It was very good.
West Indies, it was a low-scoring game, but West Indies looked like they were going to win, and Worcester pulled it back. It's one of those ones where, it's all going to go one way, and then
I think that
England pull it back.
That's what makes a final really good. If you have a good game, like a close game.
Oh yeah, of course.
There's nothing worse in a final when one side just kills it and it's over, like actually over before it's over. It's just a bit of an anticlimax for a final. You want a winner to win it in the final, not to like off the final ball or the last over or something.
Well, I think for a final to go out to, you have to bowl the team out.
Yeah. That
is to win the game. Otherwise, the batting team will win. That's just pure entertainment.
It's really good.
And I think I knew a few of the names, obviously. We've seen England women be successful in the past. And I'm certainly going to keep with it, I think. If it continues to be broadcast, I will certainly.
Absolutely. I think it will be.
26,000 went to Lords.
That's insane.
It's a great number.
It's really good.
I think that's pretty much a full house at Lords.
That's mint.
Right, that's strange, though. I know this is just an episode where we're just going to shoot the breeze. But our Premier ground, 26,000. Well, Australia's is what, 90? 80,000?
Well, yeah, I know, but they never fill it.
Is the Gabba and the MCG, are they Australian football grounds as well?
I think they can be turned into... I don't know. Good question. I don't know. But...
if their sole purpose is cricket, then that is...
because the MCG is so massive that they keep breaking records in it without building it. So they must just have thousands of seats that just never get used. It's so massive.
I think it must be, yeah. Well, the internet's dead, don't know what's wrong with it, but we're going to have to just shoot this one right from the hip.
Breeze.
There's something I want to talk about.
Go on.
Which you're going to love.
Okay.
That's Mr. Kevin Pietersen.
Oh, yes. I noticed there was...
It's a lot of chat.
Something of him and Flintoff meeting again or something.
Oh, is it?
Like some cheesy interview. Like,
right.
I don't think I could deal to watch it.
There's a couple of things KP related. And we'll be honest, we're not the biggest KP fans.
A few things KP related.
Yeah, there's a couple of issues. Not issues, but a couple of news articles, if you like. We can talk about KP.
Okay,
KP
go on then. Let's get into it.
First one is that KP has come out and said that he could potentially play for South Africa in international cricket. He left it kind of open-ended by saying, who knows?
Yeah, we all do. You can't.
And the best thing,
they don't even want him.
No, he wouldn't get in the team.
No, he wouldn't
get in England's team.
He wouldn't.
Let alone South Africa's team.
He wouldn't get in the team, and it's not possible. So everyone knows.
How old is he? 35, 36?
No, 52. Who cares? I actually don't care, but we need to care. It's part of the podcast.
And the big thing is he was, he's playing for Surrey.
Yes.
In the T20 format. So KP was tweeting all week saying, I'm injured. Right. I'm carrying a niggle. I'm not 100%. But I'm going to go out and bat anyway.
What a bloke. Brilliant.
First ball, gets up, up on his toes, defends a short one.
Rips his Achilles off or something.
And, I forgot who he was batting with. It was a big name like, he was the Surrey Australian. not Warner. It's like one of them big hitters anyway, right?
Right.
People will be able to find out. I got no internet. He comes to. He wants to run, and he's on like 40, and he's really playing well.
Right.
KP says no because he's obviously pulled something.
Oh no.
He gets run out.
Brilliant.
KP asks for a runner to come out for the second ball, so Jason Roy has to come out and run for him, and KP gets something like 4 or 5 off like 7 or 8 deliveries. And I just thought when I heard
he's looking for selection, isn't he, for South Africa?
When I heard that news, I just thought it was typical Kevin Pietersen putting himself in front of the team.
Yes.
And
he doesn't care
Finch,
about the team.
I think it was Aaron Finch.
He's not bothered about the team.
And that just reminds me of
that's so
Andrew Strauss, England.
Yeah, but it's so lame because he knows he'll never get picked for England again. One, because he's not good enough anymore. 2, because everybody hates him. That you then go, well, I'm going to play for South Africa. His whole thing was, I'll play for the 3 Lions.
Yeah, but I think
you're such a sellout loser.
I think that's
it's beyond belief.
Just going to be chat.
Yeah, but you don't do that, chat. Like, it's so rubbish.
No, I know, but
it's such a lame thing to do.
He's just not. He's a talker, isn't he? You know what? He's like. He could be a fighter.
We shouldn't even give him coverage. With our massive listenership.
But in this game, in this T20 game, I haven't got the list in front of me, but there were players. There was KP, Finch, Kumar Sangakkara, Jason Roy, Owen Morgan, Stephen Finn. All these big superstars playing against each other. Well, that would have been a good game to go and watch. Yeah,
I'd have loved to have seen KP mess up. That would have been great.
I think that's an interesting. I like to keep my eye on that KP situation. How much he's going to play for Surrey?
What do you think's going to happen?
He will just be injury prone, and
nothing will happen.
We'll see. Well, even him playing for Surrey,
I don't think there's anything to keep your eye on. Like, he'll probably be out for a year now or something. Like, that will be a season done.
So you're not a KP fan?
What are you?
No, not particularly. They're one of my favourite ever moments in cricket, listening to it. When KP switch hit Scott Styris. That was the first time we ever probably saw us, not a reverse sweeper, switch hit.
Yeah.
I always owe him for that.
I'll tell you what. Just had a flashback when me and you were catching the school bus. And we had a conversation about who was better between Flintoff and Kevin Pietersen.
And who did I argue for?
I think you were arguing for Kevin Pietersen.
Yeah, of course I was.
I know. I think I was arguing for Freddie Flintoff. And
Freddie Flintoff does the commentary now for Sky.
Does he? Because I'm pretty sure when he retired, he said he couldn't imagine anything worse. But
if we emailed him and said we'd give you 1,500 quid, he would come on this show. I think if we said 45 minutes, give you 1,500 quid, he would do it.
I would. But he must have shed loads of money though. Surely he doesn't need to do stuff.
But I think he's just one of these people that's probably just loves working, but loves the money. I think he's probably somebody who's a little bit worried about spending it all, and
because he does
he's quite flash, isn't he?
Yeah, but he does.
He does the chip
Sky Sports. No, this what's it called? Game show with.
Yeah, he does a League of Their Own.
League of Their Own. He must make a packet off that.
He does the chip van one.
I don't think he does that anymore.
He does.
Is that still going?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And then he went to Australia and tried to do a barbecue one in Australia.
Yeah, he was into Morrison's as well. But
he did the big and tall Giacomo adverts.
Yeah, he still does them.
He went and didn't he go and win I'm a Celebrity in Australia?
Yeah. So.
But now he's doing Sky Sports. He isn't that bad. He's a little bit like presenty, like.
But does he actually give you any information, or is he just like chortling at jokes?
You what, I was surprised actually at how much information
he's got.
I didn't think there would be any. I thought it would just be all jokes, kind of like a Darren. Oh no, Darren Goff is good, but like he's next, next to Rob Key. I thought it would just be all like banter. Do you know what I mean? Actually, he does talk a lot about individual players, and
I heard him.
He's not one of the best, but he's certainly not as bad as I thought he was going to be.
You know those like pop-up advertisements you get on Twitter when you're scrolling through?
Yeah.
There was one for 5 Live Radio.
He does a podcast with Robbie Savage, doesn't he?
And there was like a 30-second snippet of one of their
Yeah, did you listen to it?
shows. So I pressed on it and listened to it, and it was him talking about who was the South African coach we had, Fletcher.
Duncan Fletcher.
Duncan Fletcher. He was talking about Duncan Fletcher. And apparently Duncan Fletcher got upset with him because he hadn't given him anything. Because apparently Straussy got his sponsorship with like Asics or whoever it was.
Right.
So he got him a pair of trainers. Cookie got him some shades, and he was upset with Freddie because Freddie hadn't given him anything.
Oh, so you're supposed to give the...
I don't think so. That's weird though, isn't it? But apparently he didn't like him very much. They weren't good friends.
I watched a documentary on Monty Panesar on Sky Sports.
He's up to now.
Up to the current date, yeah.
Right, okay. That would have been interesting.
And yeah, it really was interesting. Because I think you kind of take for granted, Monty as being a bit of a cult hero.
Yeah.
And not taking all the things that he actually had to, all the criticisms, all the things he had to go through as an international cricketer.
Yeah. I got a good question for you.
Yeah.
If Monty was playing his best
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's back in the England team.
would you put him back in?
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it?
He's playing in Luton, I think, so not far from Northamptonshire for a league side at the moment. And he has slimmed down.
Right.
He is looking in better shape than he was. And he still says he has aspirations for England and for county cricket.
I remember, I used to get the Wisden magazine.
Yes, yeah.
And it was a while ago, but I just remember an article of Geraint Jones. Like, I want to play for England again.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when he
Geraint
was
Jones
like-
only
when he
played
was
from
like
04 to
40.
06.
Yeah.
2 years.
So he's no good. He wasn't very good,
He was
that's why.
terrible. Geraint Jones was shocking.
Yeah, he liked batting with Freddie Flintoff
Yeah.
in 2005 Ashes, but apart from that, he was terrible.
He was not the
I don't even think he was a very good wicket, actually.
not the best glove man either, no.
No. Yeah. So I guess it's got to be the mentality of people who play at the very highest level, the self-belief you've got to have. They must just think they can still do it. It's just painful though, because everyone knows they can't.
Well, I wanted to...
Monty is never going to play for England again.
I wanted to talk to you about some of the criticisms Monty was getting
Right, go on.
while playing. And this is just from what I picked up on the documentary. Shane Warne came out and said that Monty has played 30 test matches, but he's played the same test match 30 times. So his game is really predictable. He knows how to play one way. So different game situations come up, he won't know how to play it. Different pitches, different conditions.
Yeah.
Monty Panesar only knows how to play one way.
You're right. Okay.
And Monty took something like 100, I think it was almost 150 odd wickets.
Yeah.
We saw him take apart teams. Okay, obviously, and everything, allowed him to do that. But I think, that's a bit harsh, isn't it? Playing,
Was he actually... Because I think he's right. I don't think Monty had very much...
He didn't, no.
He didn't vary much in his game,
But it's
did
not
he?
like, let's say, I don't know, who have we seen recently be bad, It's not like, I don't know, Gareth Batty. He's not picking up success, you know what I mean? Saying, he can only play one way.
I think the problem was he got found out.
Yeah.
I think it was the problem.
Yeah.
It's like, have you watched in, was it 07 when we got just hammered in
Right,
Australia?
Yeah.
Have you watched Adam Gilchrist when he's
just
facing
take
Monty
Monty
Panesar? It's just utter carnage. It's because he just bowls the same ball over
Oh,
and
and
over.
he was one paced.
He was one pay. He just literally. I think Shane Warne's right. I'm not sure if you put that out of context, it could sound like he was being really mean. But I think he's probably just stating as to why he only played 30 Test matches or however many he played, because he like you said, he played one Test match. That's how he played.
Yeah,
and that
although he did have
you're
success,
going to get found out.
did have success in those.
Yeah,
30
when you
Test matches.
start.
Yeah, I suppose. Do you? Can you? Bit of trivia. Who was his first ever Test wicket? Shall I tell you who's first ever, where he ever toured to?
I remember
He went to India.
him making his debut. He made their debut with who's Amir Khan's cousin.
Sajid Mahmood.
Yeah. They both made their test debut together.
Yeah, he went to India. His first ever test wicket was Sachin Tendulkar.
Was it? No way.
And I think his second was Rahul Dravid. In the next innings, I think. Or he got Rahul Dravid. He got Sachin and Rahul Dravid in the same game, 2 different innings.
Fair play. That's all right, isn't it?
And do you remember the way he used to celebrate?
Yeah, go mental. Jumping around like a newborn giraffe.
But Duncan Fletcher came out and said that Monty Panesar, and he was dreadful at batting and
Yes, fielding. Yes.
But came out and said, we're going to bring... This is before Graham Swan came on the scene, or reappeared. We're going to bring Ashley Giles back because he's more rounded. We want someone to bat number 8.
Yeah.
I was just thinking...
He was just looking for a Moan Ali.
Yeah. I was thinking, we've stuck with that, if you like.
Yeah.
Haven't we?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was Moan Ali. That's what he wanted.
Is there a good spinner out there that can't bat? You know? Oh, we'll give Samit Patel a go. He can bat. And he can spin it a little bit.
Do you think if he took it seriously, he would have been a major part of England cricket?
Samit Patel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't take it seriously.
Do you know what? Samit Patel is... This is strange enough. This is something Freddie Flintoff, I think, said on commentary. With Samit Patel, he's so upset that he never gets included in England lineups because they go through every other spinner bar him.
Yeah.
And he's had a brilliant season with the bat
Right.
this season. But it's just like, you're a bit of a moody child about things.
I tell you who reminds me of. I bet you can guess who he reminds me of. Reminds me of a batsman who actually had a lot of goes for England.
Right.
Who seems to me to have the same mentality. Maybe not the same diet. But just like, they obviously don't care.
Oh, Ravi Bhatt.
Yeah. He
I tell
seems
you
to have
what,
the same mentality as him.
you know how Inzamam Haq became big,
Yeah.
but could still bat and could still, you know, his fitness probably wasn't really a big thing for him because he was still one of the greatest batsmen of the current game, or when he was playing.
Yeah.
Samit Patel I kind of feel like he puts himself on that pedestal, like, oh, I'm one of the best county players to have played currently. Why aren't I getting a go? It's like, well, you've been told that your fitness is bad.
Which it is.
You've been told that
I think
you don't
that's
fit into the team because of maybe something to do with his attitude. I'm not sure, but
there's something interesting. The other day I watched a YouTube video, like a compilation of Imzam Haq getting run out. And all the run-outs he's been involved in.
yeah,
It's like a 12-minute video. I don't know how many run-outs he's been involved in, but it's huge. His calling must have been awful. He's been involved in like 30 run-outs. It's ridiculous through his international career. Do you reckon that's just like down to his fitness? He just can't be bothered.
you know, Jeffrey Boycott, something similar, but obviously was very fit. But it'd be interesting in Inzamam how many times he got run out.
Yeah, a lot.
Jeffrey Boycott was involved in a lot of run-outs, but ran a lot of people out, if you like. Do you remember the Monty Panesar ball that got Inzamam Haq out when he fell over his own stumps?
Yeah.
Been on every cricket DVD ever. Brilliant.
That was quite funny.
Wow. Anything else you'd like to bring?
I'll tell you what. I was thinking of that because you do see that bit of footage a lot of Imzam Haq falling over the stumps.
Mm-hmm.
Because Matt Pryor was the wicket keeper. What happened? Why did Matt Pryor stop playing for England?
Because do you
was
remember
it an injury
when he went his leg? Yeah, and he couldn't get forward and jump. He felt like his keeping was being really let down because of this injury. I think it was an Achilles or something.
I don't remember anyone ever really mentioning it. It's just one day he didn't play anymore.
Yeah, no, he just said
like that was it.
Yeah, he just.
But he was really good. I really like Matt Pryor.
It was an injury which meant that his being in the field was too difficult to get down and continue.
Because he doesn't play at all anymore, does he?
I think when he left England, he pretty much left cricket altogether. Whether he went and played T20, I'm not sure. But
it was a shame, but no one made a big deal of it. And yet he was
good.
really, really good.
If I had the internet, I'd find out what his average was. Fuck it.
I don't think his batting average would have been that great.
No?
No, I don't think so. What do you think it would have been?
The internet is
Okay, what do you think it would be before we find it?
37.
Yeah, I was going to go 30. Seriously, I was thinking, yeah, I'll go 35.
That's probably. It's not as good as our current, but it's better than Ben Stokes. Right, Matt Pryor. Oh, no, he's got an average of 14 tests. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, for a wicketkeeper, very good. But only a high score of 131.
Yeah, well, he was sort of like a counter-punchy, aggressive, wasn't
700s, though.
He was really good.
Very good player.
Really, really good.
He's averaging the same there as Johnny Bairstow at 40.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
he was so good in that team where we had... I'll tell you what, you think the team that beat Australia in Australia...
What's it, 2011?
Straussy, yeah. Would have beaten... If they would have been the team that 2005 England team played, rather than that Australia, who do you think would have won?
So England versus England?
Yeah.
Well, let's go through the teams then. 2005, the opening partnership.
You got Straussy...
Tresco.
Yeah, and Straussy Cookie.
Who was the number 3 for Michael Vaughan versus Trott?
Yeah.
Number 4?
KP.
Who's 4 in 05? Belly?
Yes.
Number 5?
KP in 05.
Yeah. Probably Belly in 11, right? Number 6, Freddie?
Yes, 05 would have been Freddie.
Collingwood? 11?
Collingwood would have been 11.
And 7 would have been Garrett Jones.
Yeah.
But did Freddie play 11? He did, didn't he?
Freddie? No.
Was 09 his last tour?
Yeah.
So who would have... Pryor?
Pryor would have been 7.
Most of the players actually already... Okay, there's no Freddie Flintoff in there. I'm just going to talk to Freddie Flintoff just as a bowler.
Yeah.
But most of the players already are beating that 05 team.
Yeah.
I think Cook's a better batsman than Tresco.
Well, and Straussy and Cook have a better record.
Do they?
Straussy. Yeah, they're the best England opening
Tresco and
partnership.
Strauss had a good record. Really?
Strauss and Cook are the best ever England opening partnership.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They had is that partnership records or?
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Trott's obviously better than Vaughan.
Yeah, that's comfortable, isn't it?
And then KP, I think, batting where KP and Bell swap round, but I think Collingwood actually really add something to that batting lineup. Keepers are better, and your bowling lineup, your spin is better. Are we going to say that number 8 is Swan?
Yeah,
he's better than Ashley Giles.
Yeah, exactly.
And then who's 9, 10, 11? Tremlett?
Well, he played in some of it, but they swapped the bowling quite a bit. You had Finn, you had Bresnan, you had Tremlett, you had Broad, you had Anderson. They all played in
the
it.
thing is, I'm thinking maybe the bowling in 05 slightly better. Broad and Anderson very good, but Hoggard, Harmison, Flintoff.
Well, that's the thing. That's why they did so well.
Simon Jones.
Yeah, and they were all on form. Like Harmison, I think he used it all up in that series.
So, I think the bowling might have been better 05.
Who do you think would have won?
Oh, you could have
won.
So
both teams are playing at their best.
2011 would have won. They'd have just battered them out of the park. I think.
I think it would have been a seriously good game.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah. I'm gonna go.
How much better is the 11 batting than the 05's bowling?
See, I think the bowling's probably better than that. I think that 05 bowling is so brilliant. That's gonna be very hard to beat it.
Would have been good though, wouldn't it? But I would prefer to see that. I would prefer to see us recreate the 11 side than the 05 side.
What, as in for England to go through to the future?
Yeah, I would prefer to see the 11 side. Wouldn't you?
So that batting lineup is certainly probably the best batting lineup I've ever seen in the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, they maybe number 8. We're kind of blessed at the moment. We bat all the way down.
If we say that,
well, Wokes.
We should.
Does Wokes come in number 8?
We should be able to bat all the way down.
Rashid maybe number 9, Broad 10, Jimmy 11. I'm not saying Broad and Jimmy do much these days, but Chris Wokes in that team means you bat really
I
low
know,
down.
we still collapse for nothing, but anyway.
Oh, well, I think the batting back there, that front five of 11 maybe the top six is better than our top six at the moment. No, we've got Joe Root, and
Yeah, absolutely, no question.
I think we've got a better keeper. I think I probably prefer Johnny Bairstow as a batsman than Matt Pryor. The Matt Pryor, you could say he was
I don't know.
proven.
Yeah, I like Matt Pryor a lot as a wicket keeper.
Yeah, I just think Johnny Bairstow has probably the potential to make big runs, like daddy hundreds.
Yes,
where
true.
Maybe Pryor
No.
didn't have that opportunity. Stokes, I don't think is as good as. Okay,
Would he get into that 11 team?
Yeah, he would.
Who's he taking?
He would probably take a bowler's.
Yeah, he'd probably take Collingwood's place.
spot or Colley's space. He'd probably have Colley's space, wouldn't he?
Yeah, because that was Colley's last tour, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I think he'd have taken Colley's space. Joe Root would have definitely. Where are you fitting Joe Root into that team? Or does he have to take Collingwood's place? Collingwood's not bowling that many overs. Joe Root could manage those out. We had KP. I don't know if Stokes is getting that team. I think maybe Joe Root has to fit in there.
If Joe Root takes Collingwood's place, where's Joe Root batting?
Joe Root's got about 5,
So where's Bell batting?
6. We've seen Bell bat 6 before, haven't we?
So Ian Bell's coming in at 6 in the best form of his life. Having a laugh.
Listen,
That's mental.
interesting little exercise. I think, yeah. I think that Graham Swan's a fantastic spin bowler.
If you could have one player from 05, who would you have?
One
To
player.
come into the team now, who would you have?
Trescott, I think.
Yeah, I was thinking opener.
I was just thinking.
Can I have Strauss back?
Oh, actually, yeah, no, Andrew Strauss. Yeah, sorry, yeah, of course, Andrew Strauss. Andrew Strauss or Tresco. Yeah.
Yeah, because then we could have a captain again. That would be good.
I mean, well, we could just have a. If you say that Strauss and Cookie's partnership was the best ever in partnership, then we need something at least half as good as that. Do you know what I mean? Now,
right.
What I was going to talk to you about. I heard something interesting on the radio the other day. Was comparing the time, your experience. We've both been to football matches. We've both been to cricket matches.
Uh-huh.
Compare your experience between a football match, your actual experience within the stadium.
Yeah.
Not necessarily if you like football better.
Yeah.
Just the experience.
Yes.
You know, almost like the hospitality.
Yeah.
Compare that between football and cricket, and there's only really one winner. Your experience within the stadium, the hospitality, the food, the drink. I think it's cricket every day of the week. Be able to take your drink out onto the stands, to eat your food there, to not be, okay, you are petted a little bit, but to not have, they take bottle tops. Football's slightly
Tainted.
yeah, with violence. But I think just think about your experience at a cricket ground compared to at a football ground.
Well, it's completely different for starters.
And
to compare the two is probably.
I like but I think I thought it was a very interesting thing to listen to about can football. We always say, oh yeah, football's very successful.
Yeah.
But can it learn something from cricket in the way it treats the spectators? Because what they said on the radio was, you're treated as a human being at a cricket match. You're treated as a caged animal at a football match.
Yeah. When I went, the first football match I went to, it's like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
To watch Aston Villa play Sunderland, right?
Yeah.
Did
you try and get a bottle of pop and they take the bottle off and the top off it and all that?
But it was 0-0. I had a great time.
Yeah.
If I'd have watched that on the telly,
Yeah, but
I would
be
have
shocking, yeah.
died. I just wouldn't have watched it. The interesting thing, I was thinking, well, if I went to a cricket game and it was nothing was happening, don't think I'd really care either, though.
No,
but I think that's much more to do with me liking cricket.
I think that what I was trying to say was not what you're watching in front of you.
Yeah, but I mean, the football match didn't need a football match to be going on. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
the atmosphere and being in the stadium carried the game.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it can be the same with cricket. I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I think the experience of going to a cricket ground. I think.
But I'm thinking for the
so relaxed.
For the majority, if there's nothing happening in a cricket match,
Yeah.
I think some people are getting bored.
But then on the other hand, for the majority, most people, you go to a football match, and sometimes there is a atmosphere which is slightly on edge,
Yeah.
slightly not intimidating, but slightly. There's a nervous energy around.
Yeah.
We go to a cricket game. I love this idea that you be treated as a human.
Yeah, I much prefer the relaxed, chilled out.
You go and get a burger, bring it back to your chair. Go and
can have a snooze.
Go and get a drink. You're in the sun. You can move around. You're not. There's a bit of banter. There's a bit of singing.
You're not packed in, are you?
But you're
Feels
not.
like you got
you're
a
not,
bit more
you're not
room as
crammed in,
well.
and there's not that nervous energy. And that
I think that's more the sports, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just the aura they give off. Like you wouldn't be able to maintain.
No, I think football is slightly, like you said, tainted. I think there's
Yeah, of course.
a lot of history behind.
What was the deal with the radio? What was their point? What were they?
Well, it was an Aston Villa podcast. I was listening
Right.
to. And Aston Villa want to sell you the trip of coming to kind of what we spoke about it in what cricket needs to improve on is selling you a day
Yeah.
out.
Okay. Yeah.
Lords kind of do it,
Yeah.
but that's the only place I've really been where Lords does it, and that's only for an England game. The head guys at Aston Villa are saying that they want to sell you the day, so they'll be putting on different things each game. So you come into Villa Park, you come into a football stadium to watch the football, but you'll also have the opportunity to do things in and around the stadium.
Right.
So there's, they're making complexes around the stadium, and I just thought, and they actually said, well, why can't we have it like a cricket game? Why can't we have this, this relaxed atmosphere where we can have a drink?
It never will be.
No, of course not. But I just thought it was really because we talk a lot about the atmosphere and the crowds and how nobody goes to cricket.
Yeah.
games.
I think the other thing in football is people know they can put more effort in
For 90 minutes.
because it's 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas a cricket match, like the only place where I think you can compare is probably Birmingham.
What do you mean?
Gets like a football match, not violent. I don't mean like that, but gets the same kind of like rumpy crowd
Edgbaston.
going on.
Edgbaston,
Edgbaston,
yeah.
yeah. That's where it sort of picks up because Lords, they don't let you come in fancy dress.
No,
so.
of course not. No.
But do you know what I mean? That's probably your closest thing. And people do maintain that for a day, like having a beach ball
Yeah.
going around the crowd and you can get
I've been to
cheers and
Edgbaston and
stuff.
it's
It's
been
good.
Mexican waves.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Mexican wave at Lords.
I have.
Have you really?
Yeah.
At Lords?
Yeah. One kid tried it twice and then was told to sit down. It was one of the best things I've ever seen. I've also been to Lords, probably been to Lords like 4 or 5 times. And twice I've seen streakers.
Really?
Why would you do that?
I don't
Because
know.
you just know you're getting banned for life. Like they're not letting you back in there if you do that.
Yeah, I feel like the banning for life. There's something else I heard which I thought was interesting.
Okay.
And it was the commentary, the Test Match Special guys yesterday talking about the T20 that's going on at the moment. T20s that are going on
Yes. Right.
in the English county scene. And do you think that because it's only 20 overs, there's more chance of minnow teams beating bigger teams?
Yes.
And so let's say that a 4-day game is 90 minutes football.
Yeah.
Generally, Liverpool are going to beat Brentford.
Right.
Not 9 times out of 10, aren't they?
Yeah.
but
so you're saying if you made a 10-minute football game?
Was that similar to a T20?
Yeah.
A 15-minute game where technically Brentford or whoever could
I'll
come out
tell
on
you
top
what,
or hang on.
That isn't long enough for people to turn up, though.
15 minutes football. No,
Yeah, no one would turn up. You'd never sell that.
But I thought it was quite interesting that actually, although only an over makes a difference in T20,
Yeah.
the least that the less overs you get in, the more chance you've got
Absolutely.
for a smaller team to win. So you won't just see dominance from the bigger team.
That's why one of the best things I've done actually playing cricket, one of the best things I've been involved in is single wicket tournament.
Okay.
So we had one. You have 4 overs, you bowl. They see what score they get, and then you have 4 overs to bat. And you gotta back yourself against anyone in 4 overs. And if you get out, it's minus 10 runs, or you can set whatever rule you want. But that's what we did, and it was amazing. You get upsets. It was awesome.
You haven't played a game of cricket in a while, have you?
No, it's been sort of 3 weeks.
So I thought we would end with comments.
Yeah. Oh, have we got enough? Have we wrapped up enough? They seem to be slowing down a bit.
Hey.
What's the deal there?
I suppose we just haven't been.
Okay, come on then.
Shows.
Right.
Right. Offences always taken, never given. I need to remember offences.
He has told us his name, but go on.
Mark.
Sorry,
boys, no help for the eyes except to harden the hell up, you big girl. Lol, just kidding. Oh, do you remember when we used to suffer from hay fever? That's kind of gone now.
Yeah, it has, isn't it? Yeah, it's early summer for me. I suffer a lot on this podcast, I do.
Mark was back again. Around the 5:15 minute mark on the 47th episode. Is it in? That's what she said.
Good.
One of us must have said, is it in?
Right.
Take one for the team. That's what she also said.
Nice.
Very good. Very observant there.
Yeah,
well done,
very original.
Mark, speed of bowling, power of hitting, etc. is better in men's. Yeah.
Yes, but that...
Better... it's better...
It's
higher. It's increased.
The numbers are higher.
Yeah.
But that will always be the case.
Yeah, of course it will be. Yeah.
So
I think the thing is, what I was going to say to open the show was, if that is something that is a real big problem for you, then I don't. There's going to be. No, I don't know if that is a problem. There's no.
No, all you need is people to watch, like a good game, that women's final, and that you don't care.
Yeah,
you're then just invested in the situation of the game.
There's no way around that the women are going to be.
They're not going to bowl over 90 miles an hour. It's not going to happen.
And they're not going to hit 100 metre sixes. There's no way around it. But I think because everything is, it's not like it actually takes. I don't think it takes away from the sport, because it's not like the batsmen getting increased, because the batsmen have their abilities, if you like, have become smaller in the way that they hit the ball.
Yeah.
So I think it's still quite a fair game.
To be honest, though, if you need a 6 off the last ball, who cares if it goes 100 metres or
55,
like 69 metres? No one cares.
No.
It's like it's a 6 off the last ball.
Sorry, 99% of female sports are boring. Oh, I hope you watched yesterday's game.
Yeah, and the football.
That certainly wasn't.
The football game was really good.
Was the football
Spain had like 80% possession, and England just kept breaking on them, and they scored twice. It was mint. So, to be honest, I think you've got to watch. You've got to watch it to comment it. I think people say that because they just don't watch it.
No, what I could see what Mark is saying, I could say that, he's not, because he doesn't know any of the players, or somebody might not know any of the players.
Yeah,
that they might, because you become invested in players, don't you?
A really good example of that is I play Sunday cricket and I love it.
Yeah.
And 40 overs goes really quick when we're fielding. Yeah. Because I know every single person that's bowling. Yeah. And I'm invested in them doing well.
You're very friendly with everyone. Yeah.
When I played on a Saturday, I wasn't like mates with everybody. It was sort of 50 overs. Oh, it would drag out so long, because if you don't care, it's just you don't want to be there. Yeah. So that does make a massive difference.
I think
so.
I think the investment in players, because okay, I've no interest in a lot of sports.
Yeah,
but let's take fighting: Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather,
wrestling, John Cena.
I'm interested.
What's going on with Brock these days?
But let's take that big fight that's happening. If that was,
we're going to do a podcast for it.
If that was Klitschko versus
Joshua,
right, Anthony Joshua again, I probably wouldn't have that much. But I'm invested in Conor McGregor because he's a character.
Did you watch the Anthony Joshua documentary that BBC did?
No, I didn't. No.
Fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah, because my dad isn't into it. He watched that and he brought the fight and watched it.
But is that because he became
invested in Anthony Joshua through the thing? So I think we just need to give women's sports some time for the media to start giving them coverage, and then you become invested.
Yeah.
So it's just going to take time.
People and also let them have little face-offs where.
What are you talking about now?
Did you see what Conor McGregor said to? They've stopped them now, haven't they?
Yeah, there was only 4.
There's only 4.
It's 4 in 4 days.
But he said, "Why have you got a school bag? You can't even."
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Well, do you think we should have that in cricket?
No.
It'd be like
No, because
Virat Kohli
no,
comes on, I'm like, what the fuck is
yeah,
that?
no, we don't need that stuff.
It's your 50th cap.
Yeah, I read that one
50th cap, yeah.
because we were saying once we got 50 subscribers, that was 50 runs.
Yeah.
So we've 50 podcasts is our 50th cap.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, yeah, for 50th game certainly. You guys should play international cricket captain and test your.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even know this was a game. I need to have a go on it.
And test your sides to see whose side is better. Yeah, that would be
That would be mint.
That would be fun. Though it's fun.
I would win every time.
Playing a game. We've thought about bringing not gaming, but talking about games on there. But with I think YouTube games are so big on there.
Yeah.
That's already done. Do you know what I mean? Bring it to a podcast is difficult, but we are actually both off work now for a considerable amount of time.
Well,
so we will look to try and do
it's
something.
no fault of our own, by the way.
Thank you, Mark, for all your comments. Interesting to read. And we'll just international cricket captain is like Football Manager.
Yeah.
On the computer. I would smash you in it.
You
I would just bring on. Do you remember when we did? Well, when I smashed you on the other one, the fantasy league.
Yeah, but hang on. Yeah, all right, but I didn't actually do that. So. You did a Football Manager as Aston Villa, and you just brought in Paul Scholes to be a coach just because you knew his name. I would hammer you. You just try and convince Kumar to come back and do everything.
He should play international cricket.
Jesus
he is so good. Why doesn't he play international cricket? No, come on, why?
I don't know. He's bored of it. It's too easy.
Triple CO. Fuck me. If someone told me that Moeen would take 10th, I'd have thought they were barking mad. Unbelievable scenes. Cheers. Cam from Australia.
I would agree.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable. We don't need to talk about Moeen anymore. We've covered him. We've covered him.
Thanks, Cam. We do discuss Moeen a lot on this show. Jack Peters. Only 8 teams qualify automatically for the World Cup. I can't remember.
Yeah. Problem is we go back and we they're a little bit out of context, aren't they? So yeah, we probably said 20 qualify or something.
No, I think I said the top 8. Maybe I was wrong, but maybe we were talking about that last spot. Was
right,
going to be
okay?
Anyway, the BBC deal starts in 2020. I thought
yes, thank
differently. Oh, and you didn't. Oh, it's a long time to wait there. Isn't it?
It is
2020.
Yeah, I won't care about that point.
The point system only came in September. That is obviously talking about Rabada. Yeah, I still think it's harsh though for anything. You bring up points in September. There's a lot of things that happened. You know, the whole Kohli thing that happened after September.
Yeah, well, you got to start at some point.
Whether we were talking about whether Rabada had, you got to start at some point. Yeah, whether Rabada had, whether Jack was disagreeing, the fact that I don't know, but maybe whatever. Yeah. And a new commenter, Jatinder Jill.
Right.
Jatinder.
Yeah, forgive him. Go on, carry on.
Jill or Yil.
Right, yeah, okay.
Carlos. These videos are great.
Hey, it's not really any video footage or content, but
have we made it now that we're actually getting spam comments?
Have we?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Well, go on.
Oh, do you want me to read them out?
Yeah.
Hey, the Long Hop Cricket Podcast. I love your video. I know this comment is marked as spam. That's because it contains a link. But please check out this video and approve the comment.
Nice.
We had a few like that.
Nice. That's because we're making it big time.
Great vid. If you need any free music for your content, come to my page.
Hey, we will. Yeah, I wonder whether when we get to the big 100 in subscribers, do we need to actually have an intro jingle to add to the start of every podcast?
I don't know.
Because I'm sure we've got many big fans who could put together. Because I'm rubbish at that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, you don't do anything for the podcast.
Yeah, that's not true. Do you think we need one, or do you think it's good to have the little improvised, not know what we're doing, just make it up on the spot intro?
Only time will tell.
Okay, right, he hasn't got an answer, kid.
If you guys want to see a jingle, then
Yeah, if you're new around here, give it a subscribe.
anything you want to talk about?
Nah.
I'm thinking about buying a Stone Cold T-shirt.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Would you ever buy?
I'd just shout out to another YouTuber out there.
Would
the
you
LA
ever,
Beast. If anyone knows him.
Would you ever buy?
How do you get an LA Beast t-shirt? I want to get an LA Beast
would-
t-shirt. I don't know how to get one.
But would you ever buy cricket merchandise? Like, who's your favourite player?
I don't know.
Who's your favourite player ever? We will do a podcast about this one day, but who is your favourite player?
It's too quick. I don't know.
Well, okay, let's say it's Sachin Tendulkar.
Right.
You like Sach, don't you?
Yeah.
If he came out and brought out, which I think he has got his own clothing
Yeah.
line. If he brought out his own, like it had Sachi Wachi on it, or Tendulkar written across it, would you buy his merch?
No. Would you buy a Kumar t-shirt?
Yeah.
Would you?
No.
No.
No. It's not like wrestling,
Sorry
is it?
about that. Wrestling.
Anyway, that's us. Bit of a different one this week.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed it.
Obviously, lots of comments.
If you're new around here.
Lots of different things to talk about. Obviously, we are running out of ideas. We always seem to.
No, we're not.
Oh, we're not. Okay. But if you would like for us to talk about anything on the Long Hot Cricket podcast, especially on a rainy day episode, make sure you drop us a comment. Drop us a comment anyway, just to see that you're about. Give us a like if you've enjoyed this episode. We will be back next week with the third test between England and South Africa.
Ooh.
Get watching women's cricket. Women's cricket get sponsoring us.
Yes. Hey. Good thinking.
Tell a friend we need 100 subscribers.
Yeah.
And we need to pay the bills.
Cheers, guys.